Morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. Today's the third day of Holy Week, and today's devotion is from a passage in Matthew. It's Matthew 21:18 through 22. It says, "Now in the early morning, when he was returning to the city, he became hungry. And seeing a lone fig tree by the road, he came to it and found nothing on it except leaves alone. And he said to it, 'No longer shall there be any fruit on you.' At once the fig tree withered. Seeing this, the disciples were amazed, and they asked, 'How did this fig tree wither all at once?' And Jesus answered and said to them, 'Truly I say to you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what was done to this fig tree, but even if you say to this mountain, 'Be taken up and cast into the sea,' it will happen. And whatever you ask in prayer, believing, you will receive it." So as they traveled together, as Jesus traveled with the disciples that week, the day after he made this big show of taking back the temple for the Lord and making it for God's purpose again, they traveled the next day and they came across this fig tree, and Jesus was hungry. It was probably around breakfast time because we're told it was morning. And the fig tree had no fruit. There was nothing on it but leaves. And so seeing this, he cursed that fig tree, said, "Okay, nobody's ever going to get fruit from you ever again. There's not anything that's going to grow on you." And then when they passed back that way a little bit later, Jesus, it was no surprise to him that the fig tree didn't have any figs, that it had withered up and died, because that's what he cursed it to be. But even Peter was astonished, and in another passage, he's just amazed that this fig tree had withered down to its roots in just one day. Not just the leaves fell off and it died, it withered down to its roots in one day. And Jesus used this miracle to remind them that through faith, anything is possible. If they have faith in anything, they can do anything. The disciples could do anything. At this point, though, in their journey with Jesus, in the disciples' walk with Jesus, you would think that they would know that, right? They've been with him for 3.5 years. They had seen him give signs and wonders and do miracles. They had seen, over the course of 3.5 years, they had seen him open blind eyes and walk on water and heal the sick and raise the dead, cast out demons and restore people. Yet before this withered fig tree, the disciples were dumbfounded. It was a shock to them. It was a surprise to them that, oh my goodness, Jesus cursed this fig tree and here it's withered down to nothing. They still didn't grasp his power, even after all those years with him. But we can relate, can't we? I know I can. We see him do amazing things even now. We see him do amazing things in the world. I've seen him do amazing things in my life. And there's still times that I'm tempted to think, well, that's too whatever for Jesus. No matter how long we've walked with him, there are times where doubt creeps in and we become unsure if he can actually do what we want him to do, if we need him to do something. We become unsure of that. And sometimes we just think that something is too big or maybe even too small for Jesus to tackle. Or sometimes we doubt that he's willing to get involved. In John 14:12, Jesus said, "Truly I say to you, the one who believes in me, the works that I do, he will do also. And greater things than these he will do, because I am going to the Father." All that's required is faith in Jesus. He doesn't require that, we take all of these classes to learn how to use his power or anything like that. He doesn't ask us to do any of that. He just requires that we have faith in him. That's it. Just faith. Even the tiniest bit of faith, he said, if it's true faith and it's placed in him, it becomes this mighty force, an amazing force in the world to do his work. He wants us to have faith in him. He wants us to have faith that he's working in our everyday lives. He wants us to have faith that even in the small things he's there, even in the big things he's there. He's actively involved in shaping every single day. He wants us to have faith that the one who raised people from the dead can raise the dead parts of us. We just have to have faith. So today, as you walk with him, as we continue to look forward to Resurrection Sunday and all that means for us as believers, I want you to think about the things in your life that you haven't placed with him in faith. What are those things? Maybe even spend a few moments after this devotion writing those things down and be specific. What specific things have you not placed into Jesus' hands yet? What things are you currently not trusting him with? And then I want you to spend some time in prayer with him, and I want you to give those things to him. Go through your list and say, okay, Jesus, I haven't been trusting you that you will help me in this situation at work. And so I'm going to give that to you. Give those things to him. Ask him to fill in the gaps of your faith, to show you that he can be trusted, because we know he can. Ask him to help you remember that all it requires is that you have faith, and he can be trusted with everything in your life, and you can have faith in him for everything. I hope that helps this week or this morning. I hope it's a good reminder of what he wants from us. It's not much. It's really not. He just asks that we walk in faith. And so I hope that's a good reminder today. I hope that you're blessed today and that God fills in those gaps for you and shows you that he can be trusted, because we know from his word that he can. I hope you have a blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.